Yo, what are we doing today?
Alright, so this is our first client. We're here at the Porsche dealership in Oakville. We're covering a 2-day shoot for the Kaleidoscope show, Porsche show happening in Hamilton, Ontario. As you can see here, we got Porsches all around us. So we're gonna shoot some media for them over the next 2 days. And stay tuned and check out what we're doing here behind the scenes.
I think it's individual to every person who owns one, but for me it started about 26 years ago when I went out to a track day with a friend of mine and I got a ride in one. And I think that was the day that it broke me, because I was like, somehow, some way, I want to make money so I can get one of these. And that became the drive. But this is my 5th, not going to be my last, but I certainly won't sell this one, but I love it. Yeah, it was fun. It was about 3.5 years ago. A couple buddies of mine, I've been a volunteer driving instructor for about 25 years for Porsche and Audi and BMW. And we went down to VIR, down in Virginia. And it was just 6 of us with a group of friends, and we just went out there. And it was the first time to really go stretch the legs in this car. And it's a phenomenal bit of fun. And it's where it's designed to have some fun. But it was great to go out there and just enjoy it. And the memory of going 1,000 miles down, 1,000 miles back, and just spending 2 days with your friends out on the track, it's hard to beat. Therapy. At the end of the day, work is pretty hard, family is pretty hard, life is pretty hard. This is a great release. This is where I just kind of zone out and enjoy myself, and it just gives me a level of happiness that it fills my cup. It's a great question. As a classic underachiever who has suddenly become an overachiever over the past 30 years, I think as long as you commit to the idea, anything's possible. And I think that's one of the great life lessons I've been able to learn, is anything you want with enough work and discipline, you can actually get. And for me, this was just something that I think I was 12. And it was a 1987 Porsche 959. And that was the first car poster I had in my room. And that's kind of where it started. Yeah, so I guess take a step back before I take a step forward. Originally had a Cayman S in seal gray metallic. It was my first Porsche. It was a painted sample. It was gray, it was blue, it was purple, it was dark, it was wonderful. I then had a 997 C2S that was in midnight blue, and I loved the blues. And when I saw this as Meerblau, or dark sea blue, it was a non-metallic blue. So fun fact, I was looking to get a GT3, but a wing car, and then the Touring came out, and I said, wow, that would be fun. So I went through a process for about 12 months where I was trying to buy a different Touring. I lost out on 26 of them. I kept a spreadsheet, I tracked the VINs, and on Christmas Eve, it's a funny story. I'm the 3rd owner of the car. The first owner spec'd it, he lived in Houston, had a hangar full of cars and planes, drove it 355 miles. Sold it to a guy in Manhattan Beach. He drove it for about 9 months, and I found his car on Instagram, and I literally said, I'm too old for this, but if you ever sell this thing, I want first right of refusal, call me, I'll buy it. 7 weeks later, I'm skiing with my kids in Vermont, and I get a text that says, I'm selling, wife is pregnant, call me if you're interested. It's the height of COVID. Literally, sight unseen, PPI be damned, had 3,000 miles, wired him the money, agreed on a number, flew out, picked me up in Huntington Beach, California, drove it through the Malibu Canyons for a day and a half, put it on a fly car shipper, flew home the next day, and that's the rest is history. So now 20 some odd thousand miles later, it only gets better. Yeah, it's a fun story, but I love the blue and I love the non-metallic. And it's one of 3, one of 4 with the chrome trim and the options, but it's one of, I think, 5 that are in Meerblau.